Coming up on the program, Brett Ciancia, Pick Six Previews. Man, his preseason magazine is phenomenal. Pick6previews.com. 803-450-0086. You can leave us a comment here. We'll try to pop it up on the screen if we get a minute. Anthony says, Swanny, what has JT Daniels done? And again, Anthony, this goes back to sort of what we were talking about a little earlier, is that, his body of work is not overly spectacular. Now, he and DJ have faced off in the past. Both of these guys, we kind of talked about the youth of college football. Well, there's also this California connection right now at the top of college football, with DJ being from California and JT being from California and Bryce Young being from California and CJ being from California at Ohio State. I mean, all of these guys, three of them, there's also this initial thing, right? Like, Bryce Young, you need to get some initials, buddy. Then we could just talk about them. DJ, CJ, JT, BY, Bryce Young. Again, all these guys from California, too. There's a little connection there. But it's a fair take that Anthony makes. JT Daniels doesn't have a huge amount of experience. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on 119 attempts a year ago, 1,231 yards. Played in, 4 games last season for the Bulldogs, so twice as much as DJ in terms of games played. Threw for 401 yards against Mississippi State in a 31-24 win. 4 touchdowns in that game. In a 45-16 win over South Carolina, he was 10 of 16 for 139 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick. Against Missouri, a top 25 Missouri team at that time, by the way, 49-14 the final score. He goes 16 of 27, 299 with 3 touchdowns. And then against Cincinnati, that 24-21 game, he goes 26 of 38, 392, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 10 times in 4 games. And again, I think that the mindset or the thought process about JT Daniels at this point for a lot of people was that he's got just boatloads more experience at this point and with his team than DJ, and that's not the case. Now, he has more experience overall, more experience in the college game. He's older. He was at Southern Cal. But as far as with this team heading into this game against Clemson, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience to draw on. And so I don't know how much of an advantage that will be for him in this ball game, but I think it's a good point that you bring up, Anthony. By the way, in 2018, when he was with Southern Cal, he went 216 of 363 for 2,672 yards, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Then the following season, 25 of 34, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then Keaton Slovic took over and he transferred to Georgia. So again, at Georgia, not much more experience than DJ has at Clemson. That's an absolute fair point. That's a fair point. No Sage is how you pronounce his name. No Sage hanging out with us today. So appreciate you, No Sage, dropping by. Like that, we're going to try to do YouTube more often. I'll tell you that much. I think that, from the standpoint of the ability to watch it on television at your house, is a big deal. Something I appreciate. Now, Sage also wants to know is who is the quarterback coach at Georgia? Todd Monken is the quarterback coach there at Georgia. He's been around the NFL, been coaching at college in the past. His first season with the Bulldogs, however, is this year. So let's see where's Monken been. He's been with the Browns, the Bucks. He was the head coach at Southern Miss from 2013 to 2015. I did some work with the Jaguars and LSU in the past, but I don't see anything, overly significant on his resume that just makes you, go crazy. I guess he's been at Georgia for a few years. I said it's his first year. But he's been there since 2020. So I guess his second season now with the Bulldogs. 803-450-0086. 803-450-0086. Again, coming up on the program, man, you're going to love the next segment. You're going to love the next segment because Brett Ciancia slices and dices the college football game as good as anybody out there.